Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Robinson Report. The Robinson Report is dedicated to understanding the secret formula for winning. There are laws out there in the universe, and if there's a law, it has a formula. Understand the law and apply the formula, and it works. However you look at it, there is no winning without sustained, long-lasting health. The Robinson Report calls it radiant health. Why do some people have it and others don't? That is the proverbial question. When the Robinson Report went looking for the answer, what we found was not what we expected. Radiant health, or the lack of it, was not because we have good or bad genes. It was not because we have or do not have a lot of money to afford the best medical treatments available. Like many things in life, it came down to knowledge. In fact, just a little bit of the right knowledge makes the difference between people of all ages living a life plagued with chronic diseases such as type 2 diabetes, congenital heart disease, or contracting and dying an agonizing death from any number of cancers, or not. On the other hand, a little bit of the right knowledge has taken countless people living with these type of diseases to living a life of radiant health in a matter of a few days, weeks, or just a few months. Conversely, the lack of just a little bit of the right knowledge can sneak up out of what seems nowhere and suddenly take not only your life, it takes everything you are and everything you give to your children, your partner, and the world. Think about that for a moment. Your lack of just a little bit of the right knowledge takes everything from everybody you love and know. One of the essential components of the secret formula for winning is knowledge. You truly only have knowledge when you understand what you know. Knowledge then, and just a little bit of it, can hand you radiant health for life. And it does this in short order. It is literally yours for the taking. The mystery surrounding dying prematurely versus living a very long and disease-free, radiant, healthy life came down to three enigmas, 3 points which we flesh out. They are tunnel intelligence, greed, and confusion. Let's take a quick look at an example of tunnel intelligence. There was a 48-year-old cardiologist who was not long ago the head of a cardiology department of a leading hospital in North America. This gifted doctor clearly held this position because of her extraordinary knowledge and decades of experience of the heart. From all appearances, this 48-year-old cardiologist was in ideal health. So when she suddenly died of a massive heart failure, all of her colleagues, her family, her friends were not only blindsided, they were devastated. An immediate autopsy was ordered. When the results came back, everyone was thunderstruck. For all appearances, this was a healthy 48-year-old woman in the prime of her career who dies from a thiamine deficiency, better known as vitamin B1. Vitamin B1? The Robinson Report deduced, with all of her education, all of her medical experience, this doctor did not have even a little bit of the knowledge associated with the fundamental essential nutrients and protocol for absorbing them and to keep her from dying a premature and totally unnecessary death. The Robinson Report asked the obvious question: was her tunnel intelligence an anomaly among doctors? Dr. Joe Wallach conducted a study from the Journal of Medical Association's obituaries to nail down an average life expectancy of the general practitioner, family practitioner, and primary care physicians in the United States. This study covered approximately a 5-year period. Dr. Wallach's study concluded that the average physician's life expectancy was 58 years. These results sent the American physician population into meltdown, where they quickly announced these numbers were patently false and immediately embarked on their own study. And sure enough, upon completion, they were right. Dr. Wallach's numbers were wrong. The average life expectancy of the practicing physician in the U.S. was not 58 years. It was 56 years. These results were published in 1999 in practically every medical journal in America. There's an old saying, you don't know what you don't know. Sadly, based on the physician's own study, The average physician does not know enough about basic nutritional health to keep themselves from dying prematurely, let alone helping their own patients maintain a long, disease-free, radiantly healthy life. To put it bluntly, they simply do not know. They were not taught in medical school the life-sustaining importance of the function and how vitamins, minerals, and trace minerals work in the human body. They were not taught what happens to the heart when the body is deficient in vitamin B1. If they were, this young 48-year-old cardiologist may very well still be alive, and the entire population of physicians in the United States would not be dying on average at the ripe old age of 56 years. This is especially true when it comes to type 2 diabetes. What is true is your diabetes doctor knows a whole lot about managing your type 2 diabetes. What is also true is he or she knows that you are worth approximately $750,000 in billing to them over the course of your chronic disease life. To be clear, your type 2 diabetes doctor does not know how to cure you, but knows a whole lot about managing your disease for the remainder of your life, which in many cases ends unnecessarily way too soon. What he or she apparently does not know is your type 2 diabetes is due to nothing more than a simple mineral deficiency of just two very important minerals, and they are chromium and vanadium. Two questions immediately come to mind. One, why does your diabetes physician not know by modestly adjusting your diet and introducing two simple minerals into your diet with the right absorption protocol, by the way, only costs a few pennies a day, will quickly bring your blood into normal levels within as little as a couple of weeks, free of any signs of type 2 diabetes? Two, if they do know, why are they not telling you? Thankfully, more and more people each day are learning how simple it is to rid their body of this mutilating, crippling disease that takes people's toes, legs, their kidneys, their eyesight, and finally life itself, all unnecessarily. What about the tunnel intelligence associated with cancer? The Robbins Report could not find one person in our investigation who has ever faced medical treatment to eradicate cancer be informed by their oncologist that chemotherapy has only a 3% chance of success. Think about that, a 3% chance of success. And then there's greed and confusion. They go together hand in glove. Let's take a look at the hand confusion first. Most of us are aware that almost all of the fruits and vegetables produced in the USA are sprayed with insecticides, which we all know, of course, are poisons. Yet most of us just wash them thinking that we're going to rid ourselves of these poisons and it will do us no harm. Then there's a small group of people around the world who do realize how incredibly dangerous these poisons are to the human body. Poisons present in such large amounts that over a short period of time can and do cause a multiple of diseases, related cancers, and death itself to countless people around the world each year. The same group of people avoid genetically modified fruits and vegetables and only buy organic fruits and vegetables to ensure they, their families, and their loved ones are protected from ingesting these life-decimating poisons. We have also heard that our soils no longer contain the essential vitamins and minerals they once had, although most of us do not fully know and understand that statement. We have all heard and kind of know all this, but what we don't realize, in this example at least, there is a big difference between knowing and understanding. Many times everyone has said out loud, I know, I know. For example, we may say or know someone who constantly repeats, I know I shouldn't smoke. The truth is, any person devoid of any mental abnormalities or illnesses such as masochism or deep depression, etc., did know and really understood what they were doing to themselves would be proactive in doing something about it. In actuality, what they're really doing is processing the matter. That's it. They do not really know yet. It is the Robinson's Report belief that true knowing equals understanding. Understanding sets in motion action. Now let's take a look at the glove greed. Ask yourself these questions. Does the tobacco companies know what they are selling is prematurely killing people each day from tobacco-related products? heart disease, assorted cancers, and stroke, to name just a few. To this day, do they really care that you or a loved one suffers a terrible disease, prolonged death? Does the giant farming industry care that the poisons that they treat their crops with can and do kill people prematurely by way of heart disease, agonizing cancers, and strokes as well? Does the giant farming industry care that they've destroyed the crop soil to such an extent by over-farming that there is now but a minuscule of the 90 essential nutrients the human body must have in order to live a long, disease-free life? Does the tobacco and farming industry make it clear? Or do they do everything in their power they can to keep you unaware and confused to what they're really doing? Ask yourself this question. Does greed come to mind? The Robinson Report found the answer that took all of the confusion out of play for living a long life of radiant health. We indeed found that a little bit of knowledge truly does go a long way. We learned that the body must have and absorb 90 organic plant-based essential vitamins and minerals each day, along with a proven protocol for absorption to ensure living a long, healthy, disease-free life. We found the one company we came to trust more than any other, and we picked them for a variety of reasons. First, the founder, Dr. Joe Wallach, has dedicated his life to one purpose. That purpose is teaching how a little bit of knowledge can not only rid and protect the body from over 900 diseases, it can help us reach our full life potential of living a healthy, disease-free life to 120 years and beyond. Second, the products are consistently pure and of the highest quality found anywhere in the world today. Last but not least, this man who sits on top of a business that is approaching $1 billion in gross revenue per year does not take a penny of income from it. Who does that? What kind of a person would do that? We could not find any other company, products, man or woman who sit at the top that can match Dr. Wallach's character, his scientific research, and his credentials. The name of this company is YOUNGEVITY, and they deliver on their name each and every day. There are literally thousands of stories out there testifying to what Dr. Wallach's nutritional products and protocol has done for them. These verifiable testimonials defy, in many cases, current medical understanding. But then again, you do not know what you do not know. The Robinson Report put the 90 vitamins and minerals to the test. I agreed to be the guinea pig. Doc Wallach calls his protocol the 90 for life. I have now been on the 90 essential nutrients and protocol for nearly 2 years now, and on November 11, 2017, I received the results back from my full blood workup exam. Every man can relate to this one. I was especially thrilled to have a PSA of 0.7. My doctor told me I had the biology of a very healthy man, 30 years my junior. I can honestly say I am healthier than what seems forever. I think differently, I look differently, and I act differently. For me, my life continues to change in every way. The Robinson Report has come to understand that radiant health is not the end game. It is the beginning game. It was not until I started a protocol for living a disease-free life of radiant health did everything change for me. There's no longer an excuse for living with type 2 diabetes or heart or liver disease. There is no longer an excuse not to become free of disease and live a long, radiant life. There is simply no longer an excuse. Almost any person can afford the 90 for Life solution. The Robinson Report not only endorses the YOUNGEVITY line, we wholeheartedly promote it. I would challenge anyone to take the 90 for Life nutrients and protocol for 90 days and look me in the eyes and tell me they do not feel absolutely amazing. Life can change in a heartbeat. 90 for Life lasts for a lifetime, a very long lifetime. When your chemistry is right on, when your hormones are balanced, when you no longer crave sugar, when you stop binge eating, drinking too much, and stop being impulsive, when your liver heals itself and, contrary to popular belief, your cartilage grows back in your knees and your spine, and when you find yourself more calm and centered and your brain is clearer than it has ever been, everything changes. Everything. There are laws out there in the universe, and if there's a law, there's a formula. Understand the law and apply the formula, and it works. Winning starts with radiant health. Winning is about having it all. It starts today. It starts now. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. I am Jack Robinson, and this is the Robinson Report.